Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video I thought I could make a video on my favourite manga and the main antagonist of the prologue of the series, Askeladd. Askeladd is one of my favourite protagonists that I've read or watched in anime and manga. The way that he's charismatic, funny, manipulative, strong and smart. He has a very good dynamic with the main character in Thorfinn, and he teaches him so much during this time in the series. He is impossible to hate, even though he does all these horrific things during his time on screen, but I'm going to go into more detail about his character. When we first meet Askeladd, he seems like a very smart guy. He was able to outsmart Floki, who is the commander of the Vikings, and he worked directly under the King of Denmark. When Floki meets up with Askeladd, Askeladd seems like the more imposing character, as when they're sat at the table, Askeladd is sat back and relaxed while Floki is sat forward in his chair, when it should be the other way round, as Floki is supposedly the more powerful character, as he is one of the head people in the strongest Viking groups and works directly under the king. And when Floki thinks he has all the power in the negotiation for Askeladd's fee to kill Thors, Askeladd completely turns the tables by getting his friend and second in command Bjorn to throw a spear at the tapestry on the wall, which had one of Floki's men hidden behind it. This gave all the negotiation power to Askeladd, as he showed how truly smart he is, because in a fight against Thors, you won't be able to win with just strength. Askeladd only thinks about himself, like when he took on the job of killing the strongest Viking there is. He wouldn't care about how many of his men would actually die in the fight against Thors. We see this after his fight with Thors, when he asks about how many people died, and he gets told no one did. He seems a bit annoyed after finding this out, as if he wanted some of his men to die. It's also the point when he realises that not all Vikings are the same bloodthirsty people who just want to kill everyone. It's just that they've been taught to do that by the older generation. Askeladd, as well as being smart, is also very strong. He hates himself for this, as it's because of his Danish blood that makes him so strong. He grew up hating the Danes, as he saw how brutal and savage they were when his Danish dad almost killed his mum without hesitation, and the way his dad discarded his mum after she became ill and left her to rot in a barn with the animals. Askeladd's mum told him about a saviour that will come to save the world from the hatred, but Askeladd realises, as his dad is about to kill his mum, that he needs to be the saviour. Since this person didn't come now, he would never come. Because why would he? As he's living in a paradise, why would he come to a place where there is so much war and hate? Askeladd is one of the 4 people who influence what Thorfinn's Vinland will be. He tells Thorfinn that people need someone who they can believe in to protect them from the people that will cause them harm, like Askeladd's mum believed that Lucius Arturus Castus would save her, and that's the thing that kept her sane for so long. It's also how people who lived in Thor's village looked at Thor's, and why they always felt safe. After killing Thor's, Askeladd kept Thorfinn around, as Askeladd knew that Thorfinn could become the person to bring peace to the world and stop wars and slavery that will happen in the future. He knew that Thorfinn could create this country, something that his dad wasn't fully able to do, as war still reached the village that he went to. So while they're travelling together, he becomes a father figure to Thorfinn. He teaches him how to fight and how to protect people. He also shows Thorfinn how Vikings act and why he should be creating this utopia for people. During their 11 years and numerous battles against each other, where Thorfinn could never win, Askeladd becomes this invincible person who seems like he could never die. The way that Thorfinn thinks Askeladd is invincible is what Askeladd wants Thorfinn to be to other people, so that he can save them from the despair of the world. Askeladd's character takes another massive change once he meets Prince Canute. Askeladd sees that Canute has the qualities of a true king, and sees that he is a true warrior, one that can bring peace without violence. That's why Askeladd put Thorfinn on duty to protect Canute, so he can learn from him and develop it as a person. Throughout the series, when we see Askeladd with his group of pirates, he is never actually with the group unless they are on a boat. Normally he is off to the side watching them. He never feels like he's involved with the group. This is because he's never liked his band of pirates, since they're all savage Danes. But this all changes in the last few chapters, as Askeladd is tasked with killing the one person that's been closest to him throughout his time as the leader of the band of pirates. As Askeladd kills him, he tells Bjorn that he is his only friend. I think Askeladd truly meant this, and it wasn't just so that Bjorn could rest in peace knowing that the person he looked up to liked him. And the biggest change in Askeladd's character comes in the last chapter. As he's been outsmarting the King of Denmark, Askeladd was given the choice of protecting his homeland in Wales or protecting Canute. When he gets given these two options, on the first time reading it, it makes you feel like Askeladd will protect his homeland and let Canute die, because all he's done throughout the series is think about himself, but he chooses to save both by killing the King of Denmark. He gives up his life so that Canute will survive and become King of Denmark, and Wales will be saved. After he gets stabbed by Canute, he has a few minutes until he dies. He talks to Thorfinn, who has just seen the person he thought was invincible die. Askeladd questions Thorfinn on what he'll do now, whether he would change his ways and start to create this utopia, or will he start over again and try and get revenge on Canute for killing Askeladd, who was truly truly like a father to him. Askeladd tells him to go further than Thor's went, and not to get stuck trying to get revenge again. And as Askeladd is taking his last dying breaths, his last word is Thor's, the person who influenced Askeladd the most, and the person he looked up to as almost a true warrior. And Askeladd dies in the arms of Thorfinn after doing his first selfless action. And with the death of Askeladd brings an end to his character review. These are all the reasons why I love Askeladd, and his death hit me more than any death I've seen in anime. Tell me what you think of Askeladd. I'll be really interested in your views. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Vinland Saga stuff. If you want to see more One Piece stuff from Naruto or anything, tell me in the comments what you want me to review or do anything with. But I will see you in the next video. I hope everyone has a great day or great night wherever you are. And peace!